Majestic Marie and Alora got the wrestling world right here, no need to go far. All girls podcast, bringing vibes so grand, talking power bombs and peaches, we've got the upper hand. With a smile, positivity, and tales of the ring, from Eddie Kingston's moves to each title swing, we're here to cheer, laugh, and maybe even cry. Join us on this ride, let's kiss that heel goodbye. Peaches and power bombs, let's start the show, where legends come to dance and superstars glow. Listeners, come closer, hear the stories flow. With Majestic Marie and Alora, watch your fandom grow. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. So raise your signs high as we speak the truth of epic rivalries and glory of youth. From Eddie's grit to the diva's reign, in every bout there's joy amidst.
I don't know why, but when you left and came back, it stopped the song. It sure did. So hello everybody. Welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs, where StreamYard sabotages everything. And Mina puts in her 2 cents. So welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry about that abrupt cutoff. StreamYard is silly sometimes. But you know what? We'll just roll with it, and we're doing great. Alora, it's so good to see you again. I've missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too. I'm glad you're doing so much better.
Yeah, somewhat. I've been having, though, to kind of do at-home physical therapy on my jaw, though, because I developed trismus on the side, meaning I couldn't open my jaw very wide. So I've been having to do exercises every day, and it's very painful. And but I can chew now, so that's good.
Good. Come here. No, don't be like that. You wanted to get up here.
Christina's here. We're doing good. Well, happy Wrestlemania week, everybody. We're coming down to the days, to the hours, to the minutes, to the seconds, and we are so excited about it. And we're excited to talk about wrestling together with everybody and hanging out with you guys. But before we get into the show, we have to do what we always do, and that's let the Briscoe brothers get us all hyped up.
Ain't no way, chick. There ain't no way, man. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready.
You can say you're ready as many times as you want.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all boys ain't ready.
There's no way, man. Talking about they anxious. You hear him, chick?
Hey,
somebody losing sleep.
They losing sleep, baby. I've been getting the best sleep of my life.
I've been snoring, baby. Dreaming
about this ass.
And speaking of Mark Briscoe, we want to wish Mark Briscoe and his wife a congratulations because they are now expecting their 9th child. So congratulations to them. Uh-oh, I think we missed you. I think we lost Alora. She froze. unfortunately. So guys, make sure y'all do the things like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to all our social media platforms. We're getting closer and closer every day to that $1,000, the 1,000 followers on Facebook, and we can only do that with your help. So make sure you tell your friends all about us here on Peaches and Power Bombs. We try to do our best of putting out content every week. Sometimes it just doesn't go well and we don't end up doing it, or some of us have wisdom teeth surgery and all of that mess happening all at once. And yeah, things just happen sometimes, but we're here when we can make it. We're here when we're doing good, and we appreciate you guys being thoughtful and always here. And I'm hoping Alora makes it right back here in a few seconds. Otherwise, you get to deal with me, and no one wants that. Well, Wrestlemania is shaping up to be a really interesting event so far. I know they've added a few new matches recently, of course, since I've been here, probably within the last week. I know there was a gauntlet match on SmackDown to determine who's going to face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I know that Rey Mysterio has a match, and there's several others. But of course, there's people. I hope Alora makes it back. This is who she wants to what she really wanted to talk about. So hopefully she can make it back on here in a few minutes. There's people being left off of Wrestlemania that should be on Wrestlemania, and here she is. Hopefully she's doing better. Just about to get into our first subject here, Alora, after telling everybody to make sure that they subscribe to the channel. We've had a lot of add-ons to the WrestleMania card in the past week, but we are also seeing some people being left off the card at WrestleMania that maybe should be there more than others. But, there's only so much room. It's hard to include everyone. And Alora, this is something that you really wanted to talk about, so I'm going to let you take it away from here.
I just got through catching up on SmackDown and such, and it's been talked about on social media too. I'm just going through these matches here right quick just to kind of see who's on there for sure, because I don't want to say so-and-so ain't on here and they are, and I just didn't know. One of the things we were talking about is the tag division on SmackDown, and I'm really surprised that they're not putting them on the Mania card. That is the Street, because you got a lot going on here. You got the Street Profits who was trying to turn heel, but the fans were so behind them. It was an organic shift for them. So they're kind of riding on that high wave here. And so you got the Street Profits, you got DIY, Pretty Deadly, Motor City Machine Guns, and then you got something going on with the Miz.
There's also Garza and Berto too. They've been kind of in there as well.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, and then you got this thing brewing with The Miz and Carmelo Hayes, and people might not like that, but I like the fact that, they're kind of doing something with The Miz. He's kind of took Carmelo under his wing, so to speak, and you might not like it, but hey, Carmelo's getting TV time every week, so
right.
I'm really surprised they're not really giving them a spot on the WrestleMania card to just for something. I mean, and then the other match, the other thing I was kind of peeved about was Chelsea Green's not on the card either, and I feel like she should be. Just, add an extra match for each night and I would be happy. But, I know you can't fit everybody on the card. I get that. But, just those main two things, I really thought they could try to menangle them onto the card. Yeah, for sure. So,
I think that's the shame of not having a pre-show anymore either, because Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega for the Women's United States Championship could very well have been a pre-show match. So that way they're on the card somewhere, but they're not like taking up like a whole lot of time on the main show or whatever. They could have kicked things off for WrestleMania. Just something like that. Even though everybody deserves to be on the main card, but that would have been something at least. But they don't do that.
Exactly.
They just talk for 3 hours now about the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes, I don't get that, but that's why they do it and we don't, I guess. But I did see that the War Raiders and the New Day have been added to the card. I think they're it says night 1 on CBSSports.com. So we'll see. But they are on the WrestleMania card. So,
and I don't want to take anything from them and say that they don't deserve it. But it's weird to me because the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, they have more story. They've had more story going on than the Raw ones. So it's odd.
Yeah, for sure. SmackDown's been really making a point for these tag teams to, have some kind of story, and you got all these teams intertwined, and I know Triple H is like a tag team guy, but like I said, I don't know. The Rock will probably come out there and talk for an hour, and that could have been easily something there. Yeah, but as much as I love The Rock, it's just sometimes I'm just like, okay, y'all could have did something else here.
Right. I understand.
So, but yeah, unless something changes, I think they're pretty much got the card set, with the exception of Randy Orton. As you know, KO had to have neck surgery, so that left Randy without a match. And go ahead.
I was just going to say it really looks like it might be Solo Sikoa.
I think so too, because he was also left off the card. But Randy said this is his 20th WrestleMania, so he made a very valid point that, this is something he really wants to do. And he does have history with the bloodline, so it's not like something throwaway.
Right.
So I could see that working out, but I could see something like if they're expecting to push like Aleister Black or even Rey Fenix, they could easily just throw one of them in and just have a match,
Well, you don't want to throw Aleister Black on Tim, because this would have been his surprise, like his first appearance, and you don't want him to lose in his first appearance.
That's true. That's
you don't want Randy Orton to just kill him dead before he even gets there, so to speak. So I'm glad it's not.
Either way, they're building him up for was it the Friday after WrestleMania? So I think he's expected to debut on SmackDown. So that's probably out of the question. But yeah,
and everybody.
I was really surprised they didn't add Phoenix.
Go ahead, Rey Fenix. Yeah, it's because he just debuted 2 weeks ago, so it makes sense to me. Are you there? Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can't hear nothing.
Uh-oh. Not again. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let me leave and come back.
Okay, I think it's back to normal.
Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear Marie? Uh-oh, she left. Let me see. Let me see if my microphone is working. Hello, can you hear me?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Barely.
You can't hear me?
Barely.
Okay, hold on a second. I don't. Yeah, my microphone is working. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm here.
I am too. So are we on the same?
Okay.
Can we hear each other?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So what were we talking about again?
We were talking about Randy and his potential opponent.
Yes. I think they left Solo off because it really looked like that he might interfere in Jacob Fatu's match, maybe, or afterwards, or something. I don't know if that was the reason, or if they're just using the fact that he wasn't in that match to build something for them later on. I don't know, but I think that's probably why. But Solo Sikoa is just a shoe-in for Randy Orton because there still is history there, so it's very easy, and you don't have to build something out of thin air with that. So,
right.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody. StreamYard, my microphone stopping to work, and Alora, poor Alora over there struggling with her stuff too. It's
If you would like to contribute to help Alora rebuild her life fund with Wi-Fi, that would be much appreciated.
Yes. Yes, Sarah Logan Bahala is married to one of the War Raiders, so. And, Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton does make sense. PIWA Wrestling, thank you for joining us. And, Hassan, I'm doing good. Thank you so much. And he said hello to you, too.
Hi.
We got, like this is a YouTube party right now. That's cool.
That is quite okay.
It is. All right, so let's talk about one of our favorites, Priesty and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre just gets better every day.
I love that whole segment. Oh my God. Lord. Drew, he was looking really sadistic and stuff, and I'm like, you got to stop that. He's got them beautiful blue eyes too. I said, Lord, just please stop. But I think they're going to have an excellent match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they will. And I'm going to say that I know we're having this is not a prediction show. We're doing that on Thursday with the guys on the round table. But I really think that Drew McIntyre should win this match.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. But Damian Priest, he's great too, and I think he's really blossomed in this feud too.
Oh yeah.
I know people were saying that he looked like he was over his head with the title and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Me too. People just want to complain about stuff. All right, so they're just saying hi to each other in the chat right now, so that's nice. Everybody being friendly with one another. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and the eye patch thing with the glass and him going. It was real glass, and it got in my eye, and he came out in the eye patch for a couple of weeks. Was funny, and
I love Drew.
What are you gonna do with that man?
I don't know.
He's a mess.
I love the fact that he's a cat guy and he posts his cats on social media too.
That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Like
Go ahead.
Like both Drew and Stone Cold, guys you would never think have cats. They post cats on Instagram, and it's the greatest thing.
Oh, I know. Stone Cold's little poncho is so cute.
Macho's cute too.
Yeah.
But nobody's as cute as Mina. She's a solid ass cat too. What she wants to be.
Yep. Oh, Mr. Gray outside. He's my number one kitty. He's a sweetie pie. He likes to get in fights with groundhogs, with the groundhog in the backyard. And the groundhog is twice as big as he is.
Oh yeah, cats don't care.
Nope. Not one bit.
My mom actually, yeah, we're talking about you.
What does your mom say?
My mom has a cat. I think she used to hate me. Now she does, but like she won't like really more so cuddle with me. She's on my mom all the time, and I'll go to hold her, and she like growls at me. I'm like, you wanted to be held, you stupid cat. Let me hold you. She's like, no.
Cats are funny.
I'll hold you.
They'll be like meowing. They'll be meowing for you to hold them, and then 2 seconds later, they're like, "I'm done with you. Get away."
Exactly. Like this one here. This one here. She wants attention, then I bring her up, and then she's like, "Oh my God!" She wants people to think I'm torturing her. No, I'm not. No, this is what you wanted.
Okay, so for a chance to face the women's tag team champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, we had a gauntlet match last week on SmackDown, and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria ended up winning that match. But the other people in that match was Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, and then it was Katana Chance and Caden Carter. And then there was Maxine Dupree and Natalia. And then I know the Secret Hervis, and then Meechin and BFAB. That's right. So I know it seemed like very makeshift teams and everything, and the women's tag team division just looks just out of whack lately. And but at least they found a way of getting all of these women involved somehow, so that's always a good thing. I just hate that there's not going to be a women's Intercontinental Championship match on WrestleMania, but like we said, we can't have everything, so here we are.
Yeah, and you know, that's another thing too. Like, you found a way to have Lyra on the WrestleMania card, but you couldn't find a way to have Chelsea Green on the card. That's kind of bougie to me.
Right.
And Chelsea Green has had a way better reign than Lyra has, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're very high on Lyra. Oh, they've been booking her like a superhuman lately.
Don't be like that.
Meow.
You wanted to be up here. You kept wanting to come up here. I'll bring you up, and you're looking crazy. Look at you.
She is looking crazy. She's like, what is going on? What in the world?
Exactly. Because she ain't getting treats tonight. I already know that.
She lost her mind.
You can pout. I don't care. You're not getting treats.
I was about to say, is she pouting in the corner when you said no treats?
Mm-hmm. She ain't getting none tonight. You wanted to act a fool. Turn your back to me. I don't care.
They're such a mess. Well, anyway, the match itself is going to be a lot of fun to watch. It is kind of what it is. I don't expect the titles to change hands here, but you know.
I don't either. Yeah, I think it was a way just to get those 4 on the card for sure. Obviously, I would have wanted Liv to be on the card because she had an amazing 2024.
Right.
Christine, you already know.
Yep. Well, we're staying with the women and something that hasn't been just thrown together.
I love that vignette they had Friday. That was so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this match so much. Naomi has been knocking it out she's been knocking it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. And I think this is the first non-title women's match on WrestleMania in I think they said 19 years or something like that. That's absolutely insane to me.
That is crazy. I think the last one was like the stupid Playboy pillow fight that semi-main evented at WrestleMania. What was it? It was like WrestleMania 20 or 21. It was one of those. And I was like, this is...
I remember
watching that and I was like, why is this semi-main eventing? Like, this is wrong.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, thank you. So thankfully, Naomi and Jade are doing a good job of letting us forget about that monstrosity and doing something real, impactful, and something that we're going to remember for a long time coming. This has been so fun to watch, and I'm excited to see these two go at it at WrestleMania. Something fell off the wall.
Oh, Jesus. I got a moody cat, and you got things falling off the wall, and then we got internet connection. We need the Holy Spirit to kind of take over and make it right.
I know.
Whatever's going on, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yes. It's crazy. Drew really needs to go over in this. Yep.
I agree.
In his match. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, we're still with the women.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Did you see that? This weirdo segment between these 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
Charlotte was trying too hard all around from head to toe. Too hard the promo. You in front of a difficult crowd to begin with, and you got cooked. And you were trying to then you decided to go online and try to rectify the situation. You still got cooked. It's like, baby, let it go. You got cooked. Nobody you digging yourself further into the hole.
On one hand, you would have thought that Charlotte would have had enough of the experience to be able to keep in control of the promo and not let the fans affect her so much and get her off course that bad. And Tiffany, she shouldn't have, both parties here were at fault because Tiffany
I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah, because she, Charlotte is a veteran and you don't go, down your own, you don't try to do that, right? So it was just a mess. But I don't know what they're going to do here. I really don't.
Yeah.
Charlotte shouldn't win.
There's a lot of talk online too, quote unquote backstage about Charlotte being unprofessional and stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. I just want to see. I want to see a good match. I want Tiffany to retain because I'm tired of seeing Charlotte with the title. I think Charlotte needs needs a break from the title, and after all this, I just feel like she needs to kind of do other things for a while, if you know what I mean.
Well, she can do the same things, like she can have matches and meaningful storylines and programs with people where the title is not involved. I mean, if Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest and Naomi and Jade are any, examples of that, you can make something eventful without having a title in place. You don't have to have a title to make it interesting.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Elvis. Well, since you're acting so nice, I'll do it just for you here. Let me find it. Here we go.
You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that. I'm really hoping that Tiffany Stratton is going to retain. I think she needs it more than Charlotte does, and hopefully they'll recover from that segment too and get back to business and be professional and put on the best match that they can.
Mm-hmm. Now Princess is laying on the bed, bathing herself, acting completely unbothered, like, this is just what I wanted. Bothered me.
Yep. So let's move on over to the Raw side of things, where we have the World Heavyweight Championship that's on the line. And I know for a while we were saying that this just wasn't hitting right until a couple weeks ago when Gunther just totally destroyed Jimmy Uso and was like wiping his blood all over his chest, and Jay was in the corner, zip tied to the rope, so he couldn't help, and he was only watching, and Gunther just looked like a monster, a complete diabolical monster, which was exactly what I've been wanting to see out of Gunther this whole time, and what this story absolutely needed. I'm so glad that they did that, and it's great. And Gunther coming out there last night on Monday Night Raw, just looking ticked off over the whole situation and saying that he is going to embarrass Jey Uso for the 4th consecutive time. And I'm looking forward to this match. I don't care what anybody else says. If Jey Uso wins, you know what? That's a great moment for him. If Gunther wins, that's fine too. I really don't care who wins this match. I just want it. I don't know. I just want it to go well for both of these guys. And all the Jey Uso hate online is unwarranted.
I agree, and I feel like Jey Uso worked hard, and 100% I believe he deserved this moment. And the thing too is that a lot of these people that are on the card, they have stepped it up. Yes. A lot of people are complaining that it doesn't feel like WrestleMania, but I feel like we're getting little bits of it here and there, and this is just one of those cases that they needed to do something to hype it up, and they did the best way possible. Take out the twin brother, and that's somebody else that doesn't have a match on WrestleMania. So I could see that Jimmy is going to have a pivotal moment here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he absolutely is. He absolutely is.
He's gonna have a moment here at WrestleMania to more likely help Jay. I don't think he's gonna turn heel on Jay this time.
No, because that's been done. That's been done.
Right.
Yeah. I honestly think that there is a high probable cause that Jey Uso actually walks out the new World Heavyweight Champion, and that's fine. That is fine with me. Fine. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why people are so upset about that.
I don't know either. They want somebody different. Then when it's somebody different, I don't want him. Shut up. You're just mad because it wasn't your favorite. That's what that was.
No, really what it is that they like somebody until the company realizes that everybody likes that person and decides to use them a whole lot more. And because the company gets behind them, they start to hate them because the company likes them. And I'm like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that person needs to be champion, and when they do, you turn on them because they're the champion. Oh, they're forced down my throat. You told the company when you screamed for them at the live event that you liked them. So of course they're going to push them because you're buying their merch and you're screaming their name.
Jey Uso is the most over guy in WWE right now. You cannot argue that.
No, you can't
argue that. Like stay home and be salty. You know, come on.
Yes. If you don't want them to win a title, if you don't want them to be on the show, then stop screaming their name, stop buying their merch, and stop posting about them. Oh, there you go.
Hold on.
There you go. Yeet. Oh, we have a yeet button. Hold on.
4 letters. One word. Yeet.
Yeet!
My godson left his Jey Uso glasses in the vehicle, and he has not got them yet. So I keep them up here until he wants them back, which he probably don't even know he lost them. That's the sad part.
Well, I don't have a go ahead.
I have my nephew, he saw them the other day. He said, "Can I take this?" I was like, "No, that's Jaden's." He was like, "Oh man." I said, "He probably don't even know he lost them, but keep them there. We'll see about it."
Well, before we get into the triple threat, I do want to talk about one more match before we get into our last thing here. And that is, I want to talk about the Intercontinental 4-way match between Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. I think this is going to be the match that steals the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree.
It's going to be out of this world good, and I cannot wait to see what happens. And I know our prediction show is on Thursday, but do you have any favorites to win the match?
I would love to see Penta win. I do think we're going to see a lot of factors at play here. I do think that Dominic Mysterio is going to turn on Finn Balor at some point. And if Dominic Mysterio wins, I would actually be really thrilled for that because, you know, turning on Finn Balor and then doing that. But, you know, I'd kind of like to see Penta win too, just because I love Penta. I'm kind of biased here.
Any of these guys can win and it'd be fine. Finn Balor can win. Penta can win, Braun Breaker can retain, and Dominic Mysterio, who I think is going to win, but I don't think he's going to turn on Finn Balor. I think it's going to be strained. Finn Balor is going to give him an ugly eye for a while, and then he's going to turn on Dominic.
Oh, that would be good. Did you hear somebody tell me that they're sorry?
I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling better now?
I know, right?
Are we in a happier mood?
Yeah, it could go all kinds of ways. And you know, I could see this is a match I could see anybody winning. And God, did you see that spear with Braun Breaker and
gosh.
Carlito?
And even funnier, later on X, Carlito was saying that his funeral was on Thursday.
Yeah.
it was something.
That was good. That looked really good. I was like, dang. Woo.
Yeah, between Carlito and Braun Breaker and Carlito, because I don't think Braun Breaker, of course, has the speed to make it look great, and Carlito just sold the junk out of that thing too. So both of those guys.
He sold his whole life on that thing.
Yes, he did. He did. It was great. It was great. Oh man, I'm excited. The more we talk about each of these matches on WrestleMania, the more excited I'm getting. I think the only reason why people say it doesn't feel like WrestleMania is because last year's WrestleMania was a out of this world WrestleMania. It was a WrestleMania of all WrestleManias. It was one of the best ones that we've had in a really long time. Yeah. I think you can even put that up there with some of our favorites, like with the WrestleMania 17s and the WrestleMania 3s and ones like that. It was up there for me. It was way up there, and that's hard to reach. That's really hard to reach.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think if last year hadn't have been so good, no one would have even complained about this year's and been like, okay, well, yeah, this is fun. So. Uh-oh. I think I lost you again. Jerry is here, and he said that Triple H kind of put himself in a corner this year. Yeah, with a lot of these different matches and these different scenarios that they built.
It's a threat. That's one thing I don't like about it. But they really were for me for a long time, though, just trying to get everybody on the card. I mean, it works, but it gets repetitive, and you're just like,
yeah.
She's trying to get her.
Uh-oh, I lost her. Hopefully she'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to go over one more match, and then we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for the night. But it's been really great being here with you guys again. I know we've been a little bit inconsistent lately, and I really apologize for that. Of course, I had surgery and had a few complications from that surgery, so it took a little bit longer for me to heal. But I appreciate you guys still sticking with us and still being here with us. All right, let's see. She's here, but we're waiting for her things to set up. And we'll talk about this one last match before we call it a night. We're not talking about everything on the WrestleMania card tonight, obviously, because we are planning on doing the Roundtable Rumble with the guys from different podcasts. We're going to talk about every single match on the WrestleMania card on Thursday. So you guys make sure that you check us out there. Tonight, we just kind of selected a few WrestleMania matches that, aren't getting as much love as the others, with the exception of what we're about to talk about now. Hopefully Alora can join us here in a few minutes while her stuff loads. Oh, hi, Shane. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we've been missing you lately. We've been missing everybody. And Jerry is asking, my biggest question is, could Paul Heyman side with Seth Rollins? We're about to talk about that. Christine, thank you so much for the love. She says, of course, we love you too. And for one, thoroughly enjoy the show. No apologies needed. Well, we appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Alora's having issues. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up and just start talking, and hopefully maybe she can come back in. I know a lot of people have been, this is one of the matches that everybody's talking about, and that's okay. But we just wanted to kind of end it with something big and exciting. So that's why we're talking about this last. But we have the triple threat match between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, with a very important factor into all of this, and that is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, of course, doesn't wrestle, but he's very much a part of this match, as the other three are. So just a lot of stuff going on here with CM Punk helping Roman Reigns in the original Bloodline at War Games back in November. And he told Paul Heyman, you owe me a favor. Paul Heyman says, okay, just help the tribal chief. And so we keep going, and these two are going at it during the entire time. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins all kind of interchangeably eliminate each other in the Royal Rumble. How it goes. And no one is excited about that. And so we go on to the Elimination Chamber, and Seth Rollins costs CM Punk the Elimination Chamber. And then we keep going with CM Punk and Rollins, and Roman Reigns interferes. Seth Rollins wins the cage match, but Roman Reigns attacks Seth Rollins while he helps Rollins win. Not really, but you guys know how it goes. And this whole thing going on between the three of them, and then, CM Punk pretty much says, get me this match, and it happens. And CM Punk says, that's not the favor, Paul Heyman, getting the match official. That's not the favor. And then he goes, okay. And then so they set it up, and it's the main event of night one. So CM Punk finally, for the first time in his entire career, gets to main event WrestleMania, which has been his lifelong dream. And I remember back in the early 2000s, 2010s, and that's the one thing that he always wanted. And so to get to see CM Punk main event WrestleMania finally is a dream come true for us really long CM Punk fans. So just throwing that out there. So that's really neat. And CM Punk goes, not so fast, Paul Heyman. I'm so glad I get to main event WrestleMania, but that is also not the favor. And hi, Alora. I'm just been talking off the cuff and just going through the entire history, just hoping to wait for you to come back.
Yeah, mine acted up, and then I got really hot in my bedroom. It's on the west side of the house, so like with the summer and everything, it's starting to get warm. And I was like, if it gets warm, or if it cuts off on me one more time, I'm coming out in the living room, even though we have shoddy lighting in here. But I was like,
I can see it great.
We're gonna. Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna cut on this light here, so maybe you can see me a little better. Hey!
Hi!
Hi!
So we're getting to the point where CM Punk finally reveals to Paul Heyman what this favor is, and that is that Paul Heyman has to walk CM Punk out and be his manager, I guess, for this match at WrestleMania. And Roman Reigns... Yep. Roman Reigns...
You get a favor. You get a favor. Everybody gets a favor.
And Roman Reigns said, oh, no, you tell him no. And he says, I can't do that, my tribal chief. And then we come to yesterday. Well, and then a couple nights later, Seth Rollins has the opportunity to curb stomp Paul Heyman, and he doesn't. And Rollins says, now you owe me a favor. So we have this favor thing going on. Roman Reigns is not happy with Paul Heyman. He actually attacked Paul Heyman last night on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk tried to come out and save him. And then, of course, Seth Rollins comes out and gets in the middle of it too. So we have this whole big ball, and it's Paul Heyman's favor on a pole match. Not really, but... it feels like that. So what is going to happen with Paul Heyman here? Is he going to stay with his tribal chief? Is he going to side with CM Punk? Or is he going to screw his two best friends and side with Seth Rollins? We don't know.
I would actually like for him to be with Seth Rollins. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of long term here, and I don't know how it's going to go. They have put in a lot of work into this feud and a lot of details. And all three of these guys are married and have beautiful wives, and they're fighting over Paul Heyman. Like, what the hell?
He's the wise man, I guess.
It's kind of like the match back in the day where I think it was Hardy's and somebody else, and they had to fight for Terry Runnels' services. This is exactly what this is.
Oh man, it's funny, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I was just saying before you came back on how happy I am for CM Punk that he finally gets to live his dream.
Yeah, it's always good to see everybody live their dream, and CM Punk, he's he could be a bit controversial and polarizing and whatnot, but the popularity behind him and what he contributes to wrestling, all in all, you can't be ignored. So, I think CM Punk, deserved that spot, and he's in a very high profile match, and I really think there's a lot of layers to this, and a lot of deep wounds, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't know who's going to win. Anybody could win this match. I don't think there's a clear-cut winner here. And oh man,
I can tell you, I have a feeling. I think CM Punk is going to win, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. There's no, like we keep saying, there's no wrong winner here, and there really isn't. I'd be happy with anybody. I think that CM Punk's going to win, though. I just have this feeling.
I think Roman attacking Paul. I feel like he's he doesn't want to be blindsided by Paul turning on him. I think that's why he went ahead and did that. Like, I don't trust nobody at this point, and I'm gonna stay ahead. Stay ahead of the game here, because I don't want to be caught with my pants down, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I would mind, but but still, y'all get what I'm saying. I think he's trying to stay ahead of the game here, and because Roman's tired of being blindsided, and he had a thing on Instagram. I think yesterday he was like, I had it all last year and it all fell apart and I don't trust anybody, blah, blah, blah. He kind of had like a little thing on there yesterday. So I think it had a lot to do with that too. So,
yeah. Yeah. And well, I don't remember who said it to him, but when, he was saying, you're going to lose, they're saying to Roman, you're going to lose your titles. You're going to lose your family. You're going to lose the bloodline. You're even going to lose the wise man. And you're going to be a chief without a tribe. And I think we're kind of seeing that being played out. He's a chief without a tribe.
I think it was Cody that said that.
Yeah. And so that's all coming to fruition. And I think I don't know, maybe everybody thinks the swerve is going to be that he joins Seth Rollins, but maybe the swerve is that he stays with the tribal chief. It really could be anything.
It really could be. I mean, like, and it could go either way, and I think that's what's so fun. That's what's so fun about WrestleMania now, is like, we really don't know what's going to happen. They're kind of doing little things, like putting more effort in things, and making us guess, like really work to guess what's going to happen, and that's always a good thing, because I want to be kept guessing,
Right.
Be like, oh, I didn't see that coming,
Yeah, that's always fun.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna be very emotional Saturday. I'll be like, I know it's gonna be an end of an era.
I know, it's crazy to think what could happen. Shane says, I think a lot of people are overthinking this match. Whoever wins will be the ultimate loser because of Heyman.
That's a good way to look at it.
Christine says
go ahead.
Christine says that this is kind of like a custody battle to see who gets Paul.
Yep. I do want to point out, I did see Scott's comment earlier about us, and I appreciate us, Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Before we
Scott.
started to have the technical difficulties.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jerry says a thought: CM Punk, Roman, and Seth a new Shield. You know, that is kind of interesting because that's exactly how it was supposed to start. Was that the Shield was supposed to be CM Punk's little bodyguards. So that's an interesting take. I don't see a new Shield happening because that would just bring down. I think that would kind of bring down everybody. So I don't see that happening, but it's an interesting.
Do you see
thought.
them sorting out their differences afterwards, after they done left it all in the ring, and they have like a little faction together?
No.
No, okay.
Nope. Roman Reigns
Maybe
does
that
not.
was my fangirl dreams speaking out.
Roman Reigns does not trust Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he don't trust anybody. You're right. That was my fangirl. No, that was my fangirl dreams talking.
It would be fun to see, but I don't think it will. Paul Heyman is the modern version of Bobby Heenan. Kind of, yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens at WrestleMania, Laura.
Yeah, I agree.
And so that's the show for tonight. I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night because we are both having some technical difficulties and everything. But I think tomorrow, if Alora can make it, she will join me on the tailgate party because Ray All Day is on vacation. And then we'll be on the round table with the guys on Thursday. So you'll get to see us, these pretty little faces, 3 days in a row. And Laura, you got anything else to tell everyone before we say goodnight?
I don't think so. Thank you for tuning in and staying with us even as we navigated through these technical difficulties.
Yes, absolutely.
We certainly appreciate that.
Thank you, everybody. And if you've never been here before, like I think Jerry was new and a few other people were new too. And of course, our usuals, our regulars, Christine and Shane and Scott and everyone like that. Thank you so much for joining us like always. And we appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.